Okay. Normally, Kitty Wayne, welcome to our show. Welcome to day 16th of Project Vendetta. Today is a very special day. Today is the 25th, October 25th, Saturday. We have a tournament. We have a bunch of stuff to do. Doing better than yesterday. Doing much, much, much better than yesterday. We'll come back to it. There's some feeling very negative today. So let's see what's up. Let's see how it's up. And that is pretty much it. So without further ado, let's go. Little nature corn. Having ASAP, nigga, live. Maybe if this bitch had acted right, I would have stayed. But if you. Yo, Ernie? A boy sleeps in a suitcase every day because he has cerebral palsy. It's the only way he can hide from his parents. It turns out, when Jack was a young child, he pretended to go missing by hiding in a suitcase. Okay, we're good. We're getting ready, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show. Because they're doing well, because they're having a wonderful, on this day 18th of making content, we have a little bit of a breakfast, which is deconstructed grilled cheese. So what happened is, um, the bread was way too condensed. I don't know why. I don't know how it got so condensed, but couldn't make a proper sandwich with it, so they decided to put on it and fold it like a taco. So I hope you guys are doing well. Because you guys are having a wonderful day. As you can see, we're doing much better. Feeling very thinkative, very reflective, and it's a good thing because I feel like when you think about stuff, is there's a need to think about stuff when there's things that you're fixing. There's a need to fix things. So all of that is kind of goaded. All of that is kind of important in itself, right? So without further ado, we want cheese, for grilled cheese, warm bread. So today, a little bit of an intro. Um, oh, that's fucking good. That is really good. I'm so sorry, guys. Yums. So today it's kind of good because we're gonna do some couple of videos. Um, we're gonna go stream a little bit There's no TikTok live. However, there is a tournament talk, so that's important. Mmm. That's so fucking good. So fucking good. Sorry guys. So, today, why are we feeling negative? Well, because yesterday, we felt went through a failure. The failure, what's it, right? Because I don't want to be the guy always wallowing in his own sadness. I want to be that guy, right? I want to be the guy that's always in a bad situation. And I have to learn from it. But also, I have to avoid engine failure. Not run away from it, but avoid it. You know? I was about an hour ago. Not even. Not even. No, an hour ago, yeah. Oh my god. The phone didn't charge. I'm such a douchebag. I don't know why it didn't charge. It didn't charge. Fuck. So we woke up at 2. Okay. I don't have another video to do today. Woke up to 2 texts. My mom telling me about a special. My dad telling me about a special. Right? And my mom told me, and look at the text. My dear Stefan, hope you're doing well. And I want you to remember that you should never be afraid of anyone. Because I think I'm afraid of my father. Okay. So, I told her I couldn't make content because my father was taking notes, which is true, and always complaining. And there was a period of time, not too long ago, where I would get calls, and those calls would be like, well, hey, I did like this. You know? And I'm like, okay. You have everything you take in life to be confident. With my head hurt, my heart hurts. Very sometimes because I wish you were stronger towards life. I wish you were stronger towards life. As a son, I don't want to hear that. But I believe in you, and my heart, you can do it. Steph, I'm always here for you. Okay, so I'm gonna answer her tonight. And of course, you don't want to hear that, right? So I see this when I wake up, and I'm like, fuck. A bit hard to hear. Because, she doesn't know about the failure that I had yesterday. She doesn't know about me getting fired. She also doesn't know about project vendetta. Nobody knows. There's people that knows me, myself. No, there's people. I kind of ruined the joke, but me, myself, and I. We're the only people that knows about project vendetta, right? And I'll stay like that. I will stay like that. It will always stay like that, right? And yesterday when I felt the failure, I was like, okay, well, that fucking sucks. This morning, which is normally right now, but this morning was this morning, right? And it's like it's late. It's 5 o'clock. I'm at 550%. God damn it! I don't know how I forgot to charge the phone. It's just pretty bad. But and I know I've been depressed lately, right? But you felt a failure, like, okay, well, this is a crucial failure. This is a failure that you could observe. Like, it's not something that, well, maybe it's no, this happened, and this is something that shouldn't happen. So when I woke up today, I'm like, okay, well, I cannot work on this one, right? And it was a positive thing because like I cannot work on that failure. So what am I supposed to work on, right? What other failures did I fail? And this morning I was like, and I was wrong this morning because my mentality was, hey, um, my mentality was, which is insane. My mentality was, I failed these people. I disappointed these people. No, fuck. It doesn't matter about it. Don't don't focus on who you disappoint. You disappoint yourself. You fail yourself. Start by being a constructive member of whatever it is, and in your own life. Start showing up for yourself. Then show up for others. Right? And I felt like I didn't do that, and that is a little bit of a problem. That is a little bit of a problem in the sense of, dude, you're supposed to do better, you know? And then, like I said, I got my mom's message, and my first reaction was like, okay, well, this is kind of fucked up, but is she right? I don't know, you know? Um, the cool thing about Project Vendetta is it's still meme, but it's this brand new things, right? So, I started so well with 2 weeks doing 10 videos per day, which is really good. But last week and the week before, what have I done? 2 3 videos per day. Now, ultimately speaking, I gotta be honest, we've been streaming a lot more. So we've been streaming for 7 8 hours, which is really good. But ultimately speaking, this is still not enough, right? This is still less than what I do. And even though I can blame my current state of mind for that, the goal isn't to blame it on anything but itself, you know. You're like, well, are you feeling like shit because you're feeling like shit, or are you feeling like shit because you don't progress, right? And in my life, and it's kind of crazy because um, I truly believe it. Maybe that's not right, right? When people ask me what's your biggest accomplishment, it's like, okay, well, I started this channel 4 years ago, right? And before that, I didn't accomplish anything. Now, did I have accomplishment? Absolutely. Did I have things to be proud of? Absolutely. Did I ever manage to do something that was worth talking about? Absolutely. But this is the biggest thing I've ever done, right? So by doing this, give me a sec. There you go. This is the intro, so let's grab something to drink. Bit of guru. There you go. You know, it's this biggest thing I've ever done, right? And yes, I'm in this really weird place where I don't know. And so in the last since I started 4 years ago, right? I don't know a lot of people that have worked harder than me, right? With quality. Now, quality is another story. Now, with editing, it's another story. People streaming, that's another story. I'm possibly in denial and said, hey, you work a lot, but you didn't work a lot, right? And because lately we haven't worked that much, I feel pressure. I feel guilty because I'm like, dude, this is the one thing that you had in life and you don't even do it, right? But then at the same time, I'm in a position where every single video that I make is kind of negative, right? Because every single time that I make a video is negative, I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to put negative emotion out there. I don't want to put a negative video out there because it may affect a person. Like, to me, this is a bullshit meter, right? So apologies, a bullshit meter is um, depending on your mood, depending on the person, depending on the situation, you're able to accumulate bullshit. Like, okay, well, endure, 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 and at the end of the day, you're like, fuck you. This is too much, right? Um, and your meter for bullshit is high versus it's low to high and high to low. I'm in a good mood, it's high. I'm in a bad mood, it's low. I'm in a bad mood, it's low. I'm in a good mood, it's right, right? Now, why is that important? Because you can start your day in a good mood, finish it in a bad mood, and you can start your day in a bad mood, finish it in a good mood, right? So it's kind of crazy that your bullshit meter is increasing during the day or decreasing during the day, right? This is kind of nice. Think about it. Think about how in your life, I'm very fucking nervous for. I'm very fucking nervous when it comes to storage batteries because this is just me waking up, right? So there's no planning, there's no preparation. Like holy shit, I woke up at 5 o'clock. In 20 minutes in 20 minutes um, we have the sunset, which is this, but still sunset. And let's get ready before it's coming down, right? Which is insane because we go to bed later, and understanding that the sun is waking up now at 7 o'clock, but going back to sleep at 6 o'clock. It's insane. Winter is coming, and there's also, and this is gonna be complaining, but this is also like a huge problem. The biggest problem that I have right now isn't yesterday being fired, isn't the fact that we're depressed right now. The biggest problem coming is winter is coming. So because winter is coming, I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, well, I know that in winter I'm not gonna be able to do shack shit, to be doing jack diddly shit, and that's a big thing because it's dumb. It's really dumb. It's like, how do I explain it? I got a month and a half, maybe 3 weeks to heal myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to suffer from depression the whole winter. Can I heal myself? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, and it's nuts because I always valued my high work ethic, but right now we don't have a work ethic, right? And ultimately speaking, it's not a big deal because I've been working for almost half a decade, and 2 weeks is not going to change anything, right? And ultimately speaking, even better than that, there's been period of time where I stopped working. There's period of time where I produce less content. There's been a period of time where I am not as proactive as I should be. And perhaps this is a problem. Perhaps this is a solution also. Um, Maybe this is the break I needed. The biggest period of time where I didn't work was last year for winter. We did 3 weeks with nothing. I was watching shows and I was like, okay, well, remember the shows that you have to recap, and I didn't remember them, right? So I did something else. Um, and it's pretty much it, to be honest. So you gotta observe yourself and take a break, but a break. See, at work, right? And it's kind of crazy because this is fun to do. This is I have one claim to fame. I have one claim to fame. It's making content, right? I've done one thing in my life which is right, which is making content. Everything else that I did is subpar to acceptable, but not great. Now, is the content I do great? No. Is the amount of work that I do that I did I accomplish in the last 4 years great? No, because if I started at a younger age, for example, 25, 26, we're only talking about 3 years to 2 years after, before, sorry, I would have been in a completely different space, right? And I hate to bring it up because this is bringing up something that you did that was not good versus bringing up something that you did that was good, right? If I did it during the pandemic, I would have been in another position, right? Now, ultimately, my claim to fame was in the winter. The peak of our popularity was last year was during winter because people are inside, they're watching more content, they're more interactive with content, possibly bored, and you have a situation where you're like, okay, well, I'm good. I'm good. I have XYZ to do, and because I have XYZ to do, my apologies, right? I have to do them inside versus I have XYZ, but I can do them outside, right? What are XYZ? It doesn't fucking matter, right? Um, let's say you're going to the gym, right? Well, you're still going to the gym, but you're still going to be walking outside, right? In winter, you can't do it, right? You're going out with friends. Well, because in winter, some people are going to cancel, some people are not going to cancel, right? So you're stuck hibernating almost, which is insane. Um, so yeah, so um, there's some people like myself that like to work during that time. I love working during nights. I love working during because I don't get bothered, right? I don't when I'm working. This is crazy. When I'm working during the night, right? And this is kind of like an adequate food, right? So with an adequate junk food, what it's gonna do, the quickest and easiest way ever to take care of your problem is, okay, well, I have a craving for chips. I have a craving for ice cream. But the store are closed. There's nobody open. There's nobody open, so I cannot get to said product, right? So I'm forcing myself not to. I'm a shopaholic. I take my credit card, I put it in the water, I put it in the freezer, right? It's the same concept, right? You can't take it, right? See, with work, when I'm working during the day, I'm always wondering, hey, I'm bored. Let's talk to this person. Hey, I wonder how this person is going. At night they're sleeping, right? At night they are sleeping, which is insane. Um, because you're pushing yourself into a place of loneliness, a place of, and it's kind of crazy because somebody texts you, right? Somebody talks to you, and you feel bad. And you know what's weird about my parents? My dad texted at 10:20, and my mom texted at 10:41. So I'm like, holy shit, you guys, I don't know, you know. So yeah, yeah, and it's nuts. It's crazy because, you know, you're able to understand everything, right? You're able to understand where did you get hurt. You're able to understand how did you get hurt. See, I'm there now. I don't have enough batteries. Let's go charge the phone. And we're here. We got great news. The storage space is almost out. So, luckily speaking, we did upload videos. I got 11 minutes. I got 11 minutes, bro. Shit. Man, I need you right now. Cause don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind, yeah. It's in my head. Do 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 do. When I need you the most. Crashing to the wall. It's bad. I'm getting a lot of videos that are still uh, transferring to IS. They're still transferring to SD. I'm gonna have to fix that. You look lonely. I can fix that. By the way, the battery that we have is not charged, so time to survive on very low batteries. It's okay. There you go. Problem is fixed already. Problem is fixed already. Think I'm losing my mind now. So yes, you're put in a position where you know the answer, you know the solution, but doing it is very hard. I hear a lot of people say, "Hey, if I was able to go in the past, I would tell myself to do this." Yeah, you tell yourself to do this, but could you do this? And that's the question: could you do it? Right? And most people wouldn't, right? So I have this problem, and I have the solution, but I just don't know how to get there. Like, the problem is, I'm depressed. I know the way to heal is to heal myself. How do I do this? See, I could see a shrink, right? I could see a shrink. Maybe the best thing to do. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with demanding helps. But there's something wrong with me pushing away close people to me, and me pushing them away and not being the most supportive person, right? And because I'm not being the most supportive person and I'm not being the nicest person, then I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, well, guess what? This is kind of messed up. This is really kind of messed up because you're not being the most supportive person and you're not being acceptance of support that you get, but you want to take it from a stranger. So you're like, well, that's kind of fucked up, right? If I was to ask for somebody else, I say, no, no, I'm good. When I turn around and somebody else is helping them, I'm like, okay, well, you just didn't want my help, right? And the reality is, I'm in a position where, do I want help? Not really. Am I, even if I don't want help, am I going to force myself to have help? Absolutely. I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm going to force myself to have help. Um, Because at the end, I know that the benefit of receiving help is higher than the pride of doing things yourself and being a self-made person, right? So there. This is also the this is also Project Vendetta, right? By not posting any videos, by not doing anything for 1 year, which is public, right? It's like this person who learns to play piano after 1 year. Of course, you're gonna be good. Um, but if you're asking if you go, hey, how's your piano lesson? They're not gonna be they're not gonna be better, right? I'm gonna put myself in a position of lowness. I'm gonna put myself in a position of social isolation because um, my biggest passion, my biggest activity right now is making content for the channel that nobody knows, right? So people say, "What did you do today?" I cannot say I say I film, which is mostly because I stream, right? Because I stream is, yeah. I don't need to explain that. I hope. So yeah. What else? That's pretty much it. To be honest, that's pretty much it. Um, yeah. Mm. Today I also have to figure out how to do the. I have to figure out how to do the export to another YouTube channel. It's gonna be important. What else? What else? What else? That's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm nervous because I got a couple of my videos that are not posting correctly. I don't mind them not posting correctly because I can repost them. The problem with that is I'm in a position where I do have to post every single day. So if I miss a couple of days, then I'm fucked, right? Versus if I miss a couple of days, then it's not a big deal. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to transfer files. From this one to this one is okay, but I don't know, from this one to this one. Yeah. So just working more, but working more. And even right now, we're working. It's not working because we're talking to camera, right? But it's still producing content, right? And that's the fun part, right? Because what you're doing is constructive. You're doing something that's normal, but you do it in a way that's constructive. So I know what to do. I just don't know how to do it, and that's something important. Um, this was, and of course, I didn't choose it, right? But when I started doing Project Vendetta, I was in a bad place, right? Then I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity to do something good, and I was like, okay, well, time to do something good. Then the answer to wanting to do something good was like, okay, well, depression, right? And of course, it didn't work. So what I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna legit restart the project when I feel better. When I'm at my not my peak, but when I feel better, I'm gonna restart the project. And I'll be like, hey, listen, I didn't want my start to be negative. Let's do it positively, right? And that's pretty much it. So, all in all, this is what we're going through. This is what we're doing, and I'm proud of myself for doing that, right? Got my friend Tim, super nice guy, right? Like, hey, I miss you, dude. And it's not because Tim, I know him for like a month and a half, and he already noticed that I don't make content. Well, I've been knowing people for 3 4 years, and they're not answering, or they don't care, right? But when they do care, what do? I push them away. So what's the point of caring if somebody's gonna push you away? And that's a problem, right? Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Let's do this in a positive fashion. We can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a delicious taste test. You guys are doing well because I was having a wonderful day. We have today we have some delicious Ferrero Rocher. Oh, upside down. No, in a good sense. A bit of a thumbnail. Super excited to taste these. These are one of my favorite candy, one of my favorite chocolate. They're expensive. They're on the they're more expensive part. The really cool thing with Ferrero Rocher is that they haven't changed their wrapping. They haven't changed their presentation. It's always been a little bus like that, right? The even cooler thing is this is the original product. So I grew up with that. I say we, but I grew up with that. I don't know who's watching. Maybe I'm watching. Who knows? And if I'm watching, then I can say we. Can I? Can I? Now, referring to myself as we is a bit weird. It's very dark, isn't it? Well, it's night, so my apologies. Disgusting. Disgusting. So, yeah. Yeah, drop your phone, bro. Drop your fucking phone, you douchebag. You douchebag. So, by having these, like that's, it's kind of cool. Because this is original, right? Look at this. Look at this. This is perfect. This is perfect. The smell out of them is amazing. Now, why is that cool? Because they released a bunch of product after that. They released a chocolate bar. They released a bunch of chocolate bar to be honest. And I don't know. They're doing so good. However, I gotta be honest. I love these. My mom gave me this. I love these. You know what else is doing very good? Lint. Lindt are doing so good because Lindt they release multiple flavor, and it's pretty good. So loving the presentation right now. I'm gonna take one because I want to take some from my friends at work. So there you go. Taste test. You got a chocolate. You got some almond. It is so good. It is so good. Chocolate with it's hazelnut, not almond. Cluster. You got some hazelnut spread which tastes like Nutella. You got a wafer, which is amazing. You get an hazelnut in the middle. And it's so good because it's perfection. It's a nice Nutella spread. Super crunchy. Delightful. A nice little shell of chocolate. This is quality in itself. And quality without being complex is quality without being pretentious. It is pretentious because, listen, it is expensive, it is godly. Even their ads is like, hey, the gods were eating Ferrero Rocher. What happened is one of them fell and we reproduced it. So very pretentious. But there's something pretentious about chocolate that I love, like Lindt or a Master Chocolatier. I just love that. I just think it's so interesting. But what do I know, right? Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Be yourself. Lately, we've been doing less content. So about that, but I love you guys. Catching, hit a wall. Right now, I need a miracle. I don't relate to you, no. 'Cause I never treat me this shitty. You make me hate this city. 'Cause I don't talk shit about you or me. Okay, guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a little break, and we'll be back in a jiffy. Think I'm losing my mind now. Trash and hit a wall. Miracle. Turn it up now. I need a miracle.
Did John Cena just expose WWE? If you're looking for a chill mobile game, I think I found the best one. Idle Planet Miner. I checked this out.